Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a really long time since I've done a video. I just got really busy with school, and then I was traveling back and forth in between here and Italy to see my boyfriend, and then I lost my camera, then I found my camera, then I was filming last week to get a August favorites up, but then my camera shut down because it lost battery, and then I found out that I lost a lot of footage, so it was just like craziness. So I kind of ex-nayed the last video, and I'm just going to do a new one today. Now, today's video is going to be about my experience getting a Brazilian blowout. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's basically kind of like a chemical straightener, but it doesn't straighten your hair all the way. It just like defrizzes your hair, and it makes it a lot easier to straighten and to style even when you're not using any kind of heat on it. So the process of doing this is, first they wash your hair with shampoo like sometimes 7 to 10 times. It has to be like so clean that you feel like your hair is extremely dry. It has to literally squeak when they like put their hands through it. So they finish up with the shampoo however many times it takes. It depends on the person's hair, how dirty it is, or like, you know, the type of hair that you have, whatever. And then they brush your hair out, which can be seriously intense if you didn't brush it before you washed it so many times. So make sure you do that if you do go get a Brazilian blowout. So they brush your hair out, and then they apply to small, like really small pieces of hair, like really thin layers, a small amount of this product. Now this product can be, I believe it can be bought also by like everyone, so it's not like super intense, it's not like super harsh, like it's not going to make your hair fall out of your head, and it's not going to like damage your hair really. I mean, we're using chemicals, so you are, but it's really not noticeable, or to me it wasn't. So they apply that, and then they blow dry your hair with this chemical in your hair, and then they straighten it still in your hair. So then your hair is like extremely straight, extremely nice looking, shiny and all that. And then they wash your hair again, but they just rinse it out. They don't use a shampoo. And then they use this special like hair mask that's part of the Brazilian blowout line. And they leave that on for, I don't know, 30 seconds or so to a minute. And then they wash it back out. And then they re-blow dry your hair and re-straighten your hair. And at this point, the whole process is done and you're good to go. Now, I had like, when I got this done, I had just found out about this process like a couple of days before, and I got mine done in, it was like the middle of June. And I got it done because, number one, I had a friend who had a friend who was a hairdresser who was offering me like a cheaper price to do it. And number two, because this was 2 weeks before I was going to visit my boyfriend again in Italy, and we were going to also be traveling to the coast of France for a little over a week to stay. So my hair, I will insert a picture of like when it's dry naturally, what it looks like. This is not my natural hair at all, okay? My hair is very curly, but more than curly, it's very frizzy. If I straighten my hair pre Brazilian blowout, if I go out within the first 15 minutes of straightening my hair, it can be 2 hours later, it could be 6 hours later, my hair is going to frizz up immediately. And a lot of people understand me when I say this, but like when you have hair like me, you can like feel your hair growing away from your head, and it's like, it's getting bigger. It's like overtaking my head. To connect everything, the reason why I basically got a Brazilian blowout is because since I'm going to visit my boyfriend, and number one, I want to look good because I only get to see him like every 3 months. And we're going to be on the seaside where like water is in the air constantly. This would be something that would really help me out. So most people will tell you, most hairdressers who give this Brazilian blowout to people, is that if you get it done, you should get it done every 3 months. Now, I thought that this was a good thing, because for me, like my hair, when it grows really like um, wavy at the roots, and I'm talking like thick wavy. So you have to like really like work your straightener on your roots. So I thought, okay, well, it's gonna grow out, and then I'm gonna have issues with just the top being like really wavy and the rest being like kind of normal. Um, but that's not the case actually. So I got mine done, like I said, in the middle of June, and it is now almost the middle of September. So let's see, July, August, yeah, so that's like 3 months. But honestly, I don't see myself going back to get another one for a long time if I so choose to. What I had been told before I got this was that it works really, really well as well for people who are trying to grow their hair out and have maybe hair like me where it's really kind of uncontrollable at most of the time, and they want to have like a protective seal basically on their hair so they don't have to worry about constantly having to chop it off because it's just getting damaged and damaged and damaged from all the old hair or like the color treated hair or whatever. So that was another really good reason for me, because my hair is color treated. I can't really tell where it starts, but you can see where it starts to get lighter. I used to have blonde hair. I know, it's crazy, but I did it in by myself and over again, so it was really, really, really damaged, and now it's growing out and it feels much healthier. But there's an obvious difference between how this hair feels up here and how it feels down here. So I'm sure y'all can recognize with me on that one, but that was another reason why I wanted to get the Brazilian, because it really like covers over the cuticle of the hair and it kind of helps. Now, based on who you go to, a Brazilian costs different amounts. Like I think I paid $150, but like I said, that's because I kind of had a connection through a friend. But I think it's usually from, depending on like the amount of hair that you have and the amount of product that you have to use, it can be anywhere from like, let's say 150 to $350. I think the mean is like in between 2 and 250. Now, like I said, I'm not going to be going to get it every 3 months. $200 or $300 every 3 months is quite a lot. And I know for me, I don't have that kind of money. I've got bills to pay. So it really worked out well that I don't have to go and constantly get it done. That's why I don't do like a lot of treatments on my hair and like special like colorings and stuff like that, because I don't have the money to keep up with that. So for all of you people who are interested in doing something like this, then just keep that in mind, that maybe you'll be like me and you won't have to get it done every 3 months, but it could be different as well. Now, I will say this, that like, you know, when you see somebody get their hair chemically straightened, and you can tell when it's growing out because the chemicals are so strong that they latch on and they don't really like, you have to grow out chemically straightened hair. You can't really like wait for it to fade. It's not like a color. Now with the Brazilian, I think it's the opposite. I think it does fade, because I've noticed my hair is getting curlier again now when it's natural, but it still holds when I straighten it. How do you even say that? It holds that straightening even when I'm outside in the humidity or whatever. Now my hair has definitely grown since I've had it done to my hair. So I don't think it has hindered growth at all, which is something to mention because that's important. I don't know if I would say it has helped, because it may just be because I can still not wear my hair down naturally, even with the Brazilian blowout, because it's still big and I have a lot of hair. So, you know, like maybe if I had less hair, it would hang down, or if I had longer hair, it would weigh down farther, and just not be so big and poofy. But because I do have a lot of hair and it's not super long, it's not really long at all, I can't do that still. So I always have my hair up. Now, I do want to mention, when you get a Brazilian, you are able to buy products from the Brazilian blowout line. Yes, they do have a specific line, so make sure that when you're going to get this process done, that you are double checking that they are using the Brazilian blowout line and they're not using something else, because there are similar ways of doing this process, but they're less harsh and they only last a couple of weeks, or maybe they're going to use harsher chemicals that are not good for your hair. So just make sure that they're using the actual Brazilian blowout line. So do your research. But like I said, when you do get this process done, you can buy the hair mask, and I'm not really sure what other products they have, but I will list all that stuff below just so that y'all know. I did not purchase the mask. I know that it does increase the longevity of your Brazilian blowout when you get it done. So that would have been a good purchase, but I think it's like $70. So it's kind of a big investment. When you get a Brazilian blowout, you can't use sulfate on your hair, and you can't use any kind of oil on your hair. This was like a huge downfall for me because I'm used to like dousing my hair in coconut oil and like leaving it overnight or whatever. And I used a lot of oil in my hair before. You can't use that anymore because it breaks up the bond that the Brazilian blowout has on your hair. So there's that. If you really, really, really like using oil in your hair, then just keep in mind that you can't when you have a Brazilian blowout. And keep in mind, like, if you're using oils on your face or anything like that, you have to be very careful, because if it seeps into your hair, it will undo the bond, and then you'll have wasted that much money, you know? So I use 2 drugstore products. These are the 2 that I find at Walmart, at Target, pretty much everywhere. This is the Aveeno Pure Renewal Shampoo, sulfate free for all hair types. This was the only one I could find that was like sulfate free and like free of oils and stuff. So if y'all have a suggestion for me, leave it in the comments below, because I would really appreciate that. This is not expensive. I think it's like $4 or $5, which is not bad, especially if you're only washing your hair a couple times a week, you know. But anyway, this is a conditioner I never heard of before. It's the Finesse, I don't know. Active proteins for healthy, beautiful hair moisturizing conditioner. So this I quite like. Now, I don't think it's the best conditioner I've ever used, but for a cheap conditioner, and it's 24 fluid ounces, and it's about the same price as the other one. So you're kind of getting a huge bargain if you're somebody who needs a lot of conditioner like me, or if you're somebody who just doesn't want to break the bank buying a conditioner. This is great. Now, would I recommend for you to get a Brazilian blowout? I would, if you can afford it, like really afford it, not having to worry about how you're gonna, you know, pay the bills and stuff, because this could be something that you need to do more than once. If you have extremely frizzy hair, curly hair that you don't like, and you want to just tame it a little bit, and also if you're trying to grow your hair out and it's really unhealthy, and you want to kind of have like something just to like keep it kind of safe. Now, I would also say that even with this, I would still not recommend using a lot of heat on it. Yes, today I did straighten my hair, but I don't do this often at all. I do it maybe once or twice a month. I try and keep it as healthy as possible. I also get a hair trim like once every 2 or 3 months. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Leave any questions or comments you have down below, and I would love to read them and love to respond to them. Also, I just want to say that if y'all have any kind of video suggestions for me, I would really appreciate those being left in the comments. That would be great. I always like to know what y'all are interested in seeing. I will be doing a braces teeth progression update, and that will go up pretty soon as well. But anyway, I hope y'all have a wonderful week, and I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I will see y'all soon. Bye!